This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, we take a look at the winning collection from the ID International Emerging Designers Award. Southland residents mourn the closure of the Southland Museum and Art Gallery with a symbolic funeral. And the house in Wesley Street where 2 people were murdered is knocked down after fire damage. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. There was not a single local designer among the winners at the annual ID Dunedin Fashion Awards. The top honour went to Croatia's Damir Begovic, who fought through a tight flock of fashion designers to win the ID International Emerging Designers Award.
The second night of the ID Dunedin runway show appeared better attended and more feisty than the first, according to some commentators. There was plenty of spontaneous applause, particularly for the winners. University of Zagreb graduate Damir Begovic won the top award, with his design based on the motifs and traditional techniques of Slovenian folk costume and attire. 3 of his models were fully encased in masks and had to be helped on the catwalk. Judge Benny Castles described the collection as the ultimate combination of culture and couture, while fellow judge and New Zealand fashion icon Karen Walker said the collection was faultlessly constructed, combining ready-to-wear elements with exceptional design. Following Begovic's first place, second place went to Lisa Liu of the University of Technology in Sydney, Australia, and third place went to Katie Clark, who comes from the Manchester Metropolitan University in England. The only major prize won by a New Zealander was the Most Commercial Collection Award, which went to Gemma Cornish of Massey University. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Dunedin City Council Library Services Manager Bernie Hawke received a certificate of appreciation for outstanding service to public libraries from the Public Libraries of New Zealand organisation. Achievements recognised by the award include coordinating the establishment of the South Lib Consortium to share a library computer system between 5 Otago Southland councils, implementation of radio frequency technology in the Dunedin public libraries, initiating and participating in the application for Dunedin to become a UNESCO City of Literature, and the establishment of the South Dunedin Community Pop-Up Library and Service Centre. Bernie Hawke was one of 6 recipients who received the awards in Wellington on the 2nd of May. Southland residents mourned the closure of the Southland Museum and Art Gallery with a symbolic funeral at the weekend. A public protest was held in the form of a memorial service, hearse and all. Sharon Rees reports.
A coffin encasing a pyramid symbolised the death of the Southland Museum and Art Gallery on Sunday. Southland residents gathered at Invercargill's Queen's Park to both protest and mourn the closure of the museum. A funeral procession led by town crier Lindley Makero made its way through town before reaching the Invercargill Workingmen's Club for a memorial service. Addressing the crowd, Makero said the service was not about laying a building to rest, but to remember the spirit of the museum.
It is impossible to lay a building to rest, but we must pay tribute today to that which was such a part of so many lives. Therefore we pay tribute to the very spirit of the Southland Museum, to the very essence that is part of our history and absolutely part of our heritage.
Quantity surveyor Lindsay Buckingham challenged the council's decision to close the museum, saying the report was based on the wrong information.
The reality is the justification used for making those decisions, A, to withdraw staff and then consequentially causing the Trust Board to close the museum, are just plain silly. One of the documents is the Chief Executive's report. If you haven't read it, take the time to read it. There it is there, it's a few pages. But I have to say it's accompanied by a fact sheet and both documents are just full of errors.
Service organiser Bob Simpson said over 100 people attended the service. He said while the service symbolised the death of the museum, the fight for its reopening is very much alive. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
National Alpaca Day was celebrated at Flagstaff near Dunedin on Sunday. About 80 people got up close and personal with the animals at Flagstaff alpacas yesterday for the event. Owner Andy Nallard says these days can educate people about the farming of the animals and let them know how easy they are to handle. He says it also helps children to walk away without feeling threatened. For more than 3 months, a house in Wesley Street, South Dunedin, stood as a daily reminder of the grisly deaths of 2 people. By the end of last week, all that was left was a pile of rubble. The South Today was there.
The empty burnt-out South Dunedin flat, where the bodies of Anastasia Margaret Neve and David Ian Clark were found inside on January 22nd this year, was again damaged by fire early yesterday morning. In the afternoon, about 20 people gathered on the street to watch as the flat was demolished by contractors. A fire investigator and the police criminal investigation branch conducted a scene examination yesterday morning, and a police spokesman says the second fire is being treated as suspicious. Former resident Kevin Taggart, who was dragged from the front flat of the burning building in January, took one last look at his old home before it was torn down. The property owner, who did not want to be named, says she is devastated her house has again been damaged by fire, but was pleased to see the burnt-out building gone. She hopes everyone living in the street will now be able to move on from the whole incident, and her sentiment was shared by the other residents who watched from the footpath as the building was pulled down. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, a man is flown to hospital after losing control of the construction vehicle he was driving, and a worldwide sports program is launched in Queenstown with the aim of getting kids off the couch and moving.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
It's on again, the Star Regent 24-hour book sale. Starts noon the 8th of June. Don't miss out.
Here is this week's Mole Map UV report. Did you know New Zealanders have the highest incidence rate of melanoma in the world?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
Why wait for seed to germinate? Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz.
At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477 1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoura Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Massive menswear sale on now. Oaks Campbell Menswear have brought out a top suppliers warehouse and factory shop. Nothing but bargains for you. Hurry in, South Dunedin store only.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. A man allegedly towed his boat from Dunedin to Queenstown while more than 3 times over the legal drinking limit on Sunday. Sergeant Chris Brooks of Queenstown says the driver hit a traffic island on Frankton Road near Suburb Street, which bounced the trailer off the vehicle's tow bar. Police attended the crash and say his breath alcohol reading was 896 micrograms, nearly 3 times the legal limit of 250 micrograms. Police could not confirm if the man was scheduled to appear in court. A man was flown from Dunedin Hospital on Friday afternoon after the construction vehicle he was operating rolled about 20 metres down a bank on State Highway 6. The South Today was at the scene.
Traffic on State Highway 6 was stopped in both directions before an Otago Regional Air Rescue helicopter landed on the highway about 4:45 p.m. on Friday. A St John spokeswoman says emergency services were called to the incident just before 4 p.m. About 10 kilometres south of the Kelvin Heights turnoff on a section of State Highway 6, which is undergoing roadworks. The man was pulled up the bank with ropes and was then flown to Dunedin Hospital with what are understood to be serious injuries. In Queenstown, the South Today.
25 enthusiastic Queenstown kids have joined a worldwide sports program to get them off the couch. The worldwide program, called Sports Analytic, has been introduced to 11 countries and is now breaking ground in Queenstown and Wanaka. Mina Amso has the story.
Sprinting to win, these enthusiastic little Queenstowners are being cheered on by mentors at Queenstown's event centre. The 9 kids aged 5 to 11 years old are part of a new worldwide program that has made its way to Queenstown, helping kids discover physical skills and fall in love with sport. 6-year-old Maya Nelson has completed 2 camps already. Her trainer says her strengths are coordination and speed.
Well, I just do fun sports. And I do running and I play games.
Maya's father, Peter Nelson, says Maya was buzzing and bouncing off the walls with her first camp. She dragged her mother out for a run afterwards.
Like 2 weeks after the first time she came, she was, everything she did that was sports related, she was just buzzing and enthusiastic and talking about things that they had told her here, you know, about how you can do it, tell yourself you can.
Program coordinator Chris Byrne says there's too much distraction facing young children today, such as technology, which prevents kids from being active. He says if kids enjoy a sport, they'd stick with it, even into their teen years and adulthood. That's what the camp aims to do.
They've done it very well today. This has been one of my best groups ever. They've picked it up really quick. Some of them are quite challenging, quite hard to understand, especially when you get to the younger age group of 5 years old, but with a bit of patience they get there in the end.
The camp is made up of 9 different exercises to test physical skills such as balance and speed. The team then assesses individual kids' skills and align them with the right sport. Byrne and his small team got the program off the ground in Wanaka earlier in the year and are now reaching 70 kids and counting. He's planning 2 camps in Wellington and Auckland. The sports program now runs in 11 countries worldwide, including Malta, Italy and the US. Mina Amso, The South Today.
After the break on the South Today, sea lions return to the Otago coastline with 15 new pups being born on the beaches near Dunedin. And we have tomorrow's weather for you.
helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Oh, I'm not happy with this product demonstration, Ralphie. Oh, relax. It's all about balance. The balance between softness and strength. And my balance is perfect.
So we won't fall?
Of course not.
Hi, Ralphie.
Oh, hey there. Whoa.
You fell for it.
Yep, I fell for it.
Cotton Softs. Softness and strength you can trust.
I'm cotton soft on the environment too.
Massive menswear sale on now. Alex Campbell Menswear have brought out a top suppliers warehouse and factory shop. Nothing but bargains for you. Hurry in, South Dunedin store only.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent. And where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477 1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
It's on again, the Star Regent 24-hour book sale. Starts noon the 8th of June. Don't miss out.
Here is this week's Mole Map UV report. Did you know if you tan easily or have dark skin, you're still at risk of skin cancer?
If you've ever been on a sunbed or been badly sunburnt, what are the chances you could have melanoma? Remove the doubt. Get a mole map.
Why wait for seed to germinate? Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz.
Thanks for staying with us. The Pulse Energy Highlanders have announced the re-signing of several players for 2019, including All Blacks Wasaki Naholo and Liam Squire. Highlanders CEO Roger Clark says they are delighted that so many experienced players have chosen to commit to the Southern franchise again. Naholo arrived from the Blues in 2015 and played a big part in securing the Highlanders' first championship, and was also part of the World Cup winning All Blacks in that year. He says Dunedin and the Highlanders have been good and he loves playing for the team, especially at home under the roof. Sea lions are making a comeback to the Otago coastline, with 15 pups having been born on the beaches near Dunedin this year. The South Today went and found out more.
Beaches such as Sandfly Bay on the Otago Peninsula have become a bit of a mecca for intrepid tourists keen to see New Zealand sea lions. Larger and more confident than fur seals, these wild aquatic mammals are becoming a more common sight on Otago beaches, and New Zealand Sea Lion Trust Chairman Steve Broney is very pleased with this year's breeding season.
Yeah, we've got 15 pups this year, which is terrific. Yeah, they're all doing well. We wouldn't have so many pups this year if it wasn't for the support we're getting from communities up and down the coast. So the females are beginning to spread out from their traditional homeland of Victory Beach on the peninsula. They're turning up as far north as Warrington and as far south as Tyree Mouth.
While the public are legally required to stay at least 10 metres away from wildlife such as sea lions, the New Zealand Sea Lion Trust have a permit from DOC to get closer so as to read their tags. However, this is not always a safe activity. Here Steve Broney attempts to read the identity tag of a light grey-coloured female, while a larger dark-coloured male shows threatening behaviour.
When a female is on her own, she's normally very tolerant of us approaching, but if she's got a boyfriend with her, then he gets understandably defensive. But we have a few techniques for getting close by holding our rucksack in front of us, but we only do this when we really have to get the tag number, and we would very strongly discourage any member of the public from trying to get closer than 10 metres to sea lions.
Over the years, there have been occasional male sea lions turning up on our beaches, but 25 years ago was the first time since early colonial times that a female sea lion gave birth on the mainland.
We wouldn't have sea lions on the mainland of New Zealand, again, if it wasn't for that one single female we now know as Mum, who came ashore in 1993 at Taieri Mouth. Most of you will know she's immortalised now in the statue at St Clair. Well, her offspring are now doing well. So she was last seen in 2006, the last time I saw her, so she's long gone. But her children and her grandchildren are carrying on the legacy, and with all our help, the legacy will just grow, and this most endangered species will make a recovery on the mainland, which is long overdue.
While the large black male sea lions are now more commonplace, the less common female sea lions are smaller and slimmer with light grey fur. The Sea Lion Trust is always keen to hear of sightings of females along the Otago coastline.
So any sightings of creamy coloured sea lions on beaches at any time of the year, we'd really like to know about it. It helps us keep track of them. So just flick us an email at info@sealiontrust.org.nz with the place and the time, and any photographs are terrific, but don't get too close.
With the help of the public, sea lions look likely to reclaim the mainland after an absence of about 200 years. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. The top honour went to Croatia's Damir Begovic, who fought through a tight flock of fashion designers to win the ID International Emerging Designers Award. Southland residents mourned the closure of the Southland Museum and Art Gallery with a symbolic funeral at the weekend. And a building in Wesley Street, South Dunedin was torn down last week after it was set alight in a second suspicious fire. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Paul Gorman. What have you got for us in tomorrow's paper?
Well, first up, we've got an interesting story about a big pay rise for the man in charge of the stadium and Dunedin Venues. And Terry Davies' salary has gone from $225,000 a year to $360,000.
That is quite a big step up.
Leap, that's right, and it puts him within about $20,000 of the council chief exec. So that's quite interesting that an employee is getting almost as high as the chief executive. So that's an interesting story. We've been checking on the future of Capri Cafe, and it looks like it's not going to open again. And we've also had some confirmation that there will not be another Capri World anywhere else in the city. And the tours have stopped basically because they're saying the staff need to be cheery to run them, and of course they're not happy with what's been going on. So that's an interesting reason.
Well, it's kind of you kind of expect something like that too when they've gone through what they have.
Absolutely, they really have been through the mill. Fashion has gone now, but we've got the Trends Conference. This is the big tourism conference in town. 500 delegates from overseas and around the country here. There's a big launch tonight at the stadium, and that's going for a couple of days. So that'll be interesting tourism. We closed Capri World, but we've got all these people in town for tourism. So it's interesting. They might have some ideas for the city, hopefully.
Well, I was thinking maybe the new chocolate factory could set something up with Capri World. Rename it.
That's Ocho.
Yeah, Ocho.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And just briefly, we've got some interesting regional stories. Peggydale, the couple that's run Peggydale near Balclutha for 43 years, they've sold it at auction. They're leaving in August. We're not quite sure what's going to happen to Peggydale after that, but apparently Mervyn and Alison are looking forward to a holiday, and Mervyn is looking forward to going fishing as well. So that's an interesting story. It's a real landmark on the road there, isn't it, Peggydale?
Yeah, it's a well-earned break, I think.
Yeah, and just quickly, Invercargill apparently has now got the country's first digital control tower at the airport, so it's unmanned. And Haast has finally got its mobile phone coverage, 3G coverage, a tower there. So there's a lot of black spots on the west coast, and they'll be really pleased to get some coverage there.
Yeah, I bet you will. They've been waiting for a long time. Thank you, Paul.
Okay.
And you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. So now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Today's southern view is of Sandfly Bay on Otago's Peninsula. Looking at the situation, there's a period of strong winds tomorrow as a cold front moves over the region later in the day. The rest of the week should see the westerly airflows continuing, strong at times but some calmer spells too. Looking at the southern towns, Balclutha, Catlins, Gore and Lumsden, you all have strong winds, rain later on and a high of 15 degrees. Westwards to central, we see most of the towns are in for gusty winds with high cloud increasing, a high of 16 for Alexandra, 14 for Queenstown, 15 for Wanaka, and Tiana can expect strong winds with rain and a high of 14 degrees. Up to the northern towns along the coast, Oamaru and Timaru are forecast to get gusty winds, increasing high cloud and a high of 18 or 19 degrees. Inland Omarama and Twizel can expect strong winds, cloud increasing and a high of 15 degrees. In Dunedin tonight there will be high cloud with mild breezy winds and an overnight low of 12. Tomorrow sees some sunny periods with some high cloud too. It should feel rather warm with fresh gusty winds which will be tending towards westerly during the evening, a high of 18 and a low of 11. And it should be fine and often sunny on Wednesday with breezy winds decreasing during the day, a high of 14 and a low of 8. And in Invercargill tonight there will be cloud increasing with winds freshening with an overnight low of 11. Tomorrow it will be cloudy with rain developing during the afternoon and winds becoming strong, rain easing to showers tomorrow evening with a period of gales possible, a high of 15 and a low of 8. And changeable weather on Wednesday with showers and sunny periods and then strong blustery cold winds, a high of 12 and a low of 7. And that's our news for this Monday. For the latest news from the southern region, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you have a lovely evening. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.